When you want to go to simmer, you just simply move the pot to the other side of the stove top. And so there's our oatmeal simmering next. And here's our breakfast. Well, oatmeal and blueberries and coffee. Now this looks pretty simple, but we've also cooked some pretty complicated breakfasts. Like this, the breakfast we had for all of Rick's relatives when they came for his birthday. Blueberry pancakes and sausage and scrambled eggs and biscuits and everything, all prepared in our wood cook stove. And this is the dishwasher.
Next.
Okay, after breakfast it's time to take a shower, and we chose to use a handheld shower so that we could use as little water as necessary and still get really nice and clean. And we've just, if you've ever taken a rainwater shower, there's nothing like it. It's just none of that chlorine odor or anything, and no harsh chemicals. So we use a handheld shower. We wet ourselves down, we soap ourselves up and rinse off, and we're ready to go. Next. And this is just a picture of our sparkling clear rainwater that we take a shower with. Next. And this is where it comes from, as far as hot water.
The only source of hot water that we have is these two solar hot water panels. This system was put in by Solarplex of Texas, Gary Trainer. He's also got a booth here. Basically what happens is there's a solution in those two large panels which is heated by the sun, and there's a little electric pump on the left-hand side with a PV panel that powers it, and all during the day that solution is pumped up to the 120-gallon hot water tank that's above the bathroom, and that's our source of hot water. The system was designed so that we could go for 5 cloudy days and have enough hot water for the family. We had 7 rainy, cloudy days in September, and we made it to the end of the 7th with that system. So it's performed so far for us quite well.
Next. And we also have the option of taking a shower outside. And we designed this outdoor shower because we were concerned that we might have humidity issues in the house. As it turned out, we have not had any problem with humidity, but we still have a lot of fun taking our showers outside. Next. And the other feature that we have in our bathroom that's unusual is our composting toilet. We have the Sunmar AC/DC XL composting toilets. They're self-contained. The waste compost in a chamber in the toilet. And the reason why we decided to use these is because we did not want to use our precious rainwater to flush waste. And so this is probably the most controversial thing that's in our house, is that we've got the most negative comments about is our composting toilets. But we find them to work really well. There's no odor. And the maintenance person, which is every other day, she has to take out a little handle and turn the chamber 36 times and add a few microbes, and that's the extent of the service on the composting toilet. Next. Okay, this is a shot looking through the entertainment area of our house, and you can see that we have a lot of daylighting. We have these beautiful reclaimed wood ceilings in the living area of our house, and stained concrete floors. And most of the time we don't really have to use very much electricity in our house because we don't need lights during the day. I'm going to let Rick talk about our appliances.
In this picture you can see the Energy Star ceiling fan. That's both an Energy Star motor and an Energy Star light. You can see the Samsung LCD TV on the left. It's the new LED TV, which is also an Energy Star. It's the lowest power user, and that's a 40-inch TV. We also use DirecTV for our TV reception. They're the only ones that had an Energy Star receiver, and those satellite receivers can be big energy users, so you want to get an Energy Star there. By using Energy Star appliances throughout the house, we really reduce our electricity consumption, and we don't have any heat that's being built up in the house from appliances or lights. Next. This is a picture in the living room of the house, and I think this might be a good setting to talk a little bit about what it feels like to live inside the house. we moved into the house in March. We moved in the day after we got enough rain so that we could start living there. And so we got to experience the end of winter in the house, and then we've lived through one of the hottest summers on record, I guess. I think one of the real sensations that people have when they come into the house is that it feels totally natural and neutral. There's no forced air being blown on you, and the temperature in the house changes very gradually throughout the day and throughout the season. In the wintertime, although the low temperatures were getting down to 30 degrees at night, the lowest the house ever got was 68 degrees, and we did not use that stove to heat it. In the summertime, the temperature has, well, now the temperature is in the 72, 73 degree range all the time. It was generally 74 to 78 degrees. When we had those strings of all those days over 100, we were getting up to 104. By the end of the day, the temperature of the house would be getting into the low 80s, but we could generally keep it 20 degrees below the outside temperature. So I think the highest temperature we ever saw inside the house was 84. Let me talk just a little bit about how we do that. You can see that there's that stone wall on the left. We have concrete floors, and we have walls that are a foot thick that have concrete in them. They all act as a real heat sink so that they can absorb excess heat when the temperature is really high, and they radiate heat back when the temperature is lower. We have very high ceilings in the house, and those ceilings angle up towards those windows so that during the summertime, as the air may warm up, it really just travels up to the ceiling and then follows the contour of the angled ceilings up to those windows. During the daytime, we generally keep the windows closed, and if we want to have some breeze in the house, we just turn on those large Energy Star fans. At night, what we do is we open up those high windows and vent out any warm air that may have built up in the house. The house is situated facing south so that during the winter time, the sun is coming in and heating up that stone wall and the floors. During the summertime, the sun is much higher. There's lots of overhang on the south side of the house that totally shades the inside so that we don't get any sun in there. And we have Marvin low E insulated glass windows that keeps the heat out. And the walls have about an R50 factor, so that provides some good insulation. This picture allows you to see the big overhang from the south side that I was talking about that shades the windows. There are some louvers on those upper windows that you can't quite see in this picture. Then you can see some pergola that, when there are vines on that, will provide additional shading. We think we may pick up or reduce the temperature of the house by a degree or two once that the vines grow on the pergola. You can see the solar hot water panels there. There's a gray water tank to the left of them. And then if you look at the far end of the house on the left, there's actually a screened porch there. If you go to the next slide, that screened porch actually provides shading on the west side of the house, and it's also a great place to sit outside. There's some wonderful breezes that are coming up the canyon there, so it's really very comfortable there in the summertime. Next. This is a picture of our carport, which has our solar power plant. We decided that we wanted to build the house in the shade because that was really important to keep it cool, and we wanted to build the carport at the highest spot on our property in the sun so it would never be shaded. It's about 200 feet from the house, and you can see the solar panels. The lower right part of that is a little closet that contains the battery and the meters. If you go to the next picture, there you can see the batteries. We have 32 marine batteries. The primary maintenance thing that we need to do is we have to go check those batteries once a month and check the water level in them. If you go to the next picture, you'll see that these are the meters that we have. Those meters tell us how much power we're absorbing from the panels, how much power our batteries have in them, and how much power our house is using. And I check